Hello everyone, it's me, Rob. Now, I know you are waiting to see your Draw with Rob video, but I just wanted to pop up for a second at the beginning just to tell you about something really exciting. It's the new Draw with Rob at Christmas activity book. I think you're really going to like this. It's full of festive, fun things to do over the Christmas period. We start off with an arty advent, so it's something for you to do, a little drawing-y thing for you to do every single day from the 1st of December right up until the 24th. What else is there? You can make your own Christmas cards, make your own Christmas decorations. I've got like a template for a letter to Father Christmas, so you can tell him what you want for Christmas. We have lots of jokes to put inside Christmas crackers or to put around the table on Christmas Day. I even have a little thing where you can make up a little gift box in there and you can colour it in whatever colours you like. And parents, there's thank you card templates in there, so no excuse not to write thank you cards. Of course, it's full of all the draw-alongs and puzzles that you found in the first book too, not the same ones, different ones, festive ones. We've got a Santa draw-along, we've got an elf draw-along, we've got snowman draw-along, loads and loads of things. So listen, I think you're going to like it. It's available from wherever you get your books, so check it out. And if you like it, do let me know using that Draw with Rob hashtag. Now, on to your Draw with Rob video. Have fun everyone, and I'll see you in a second. Hello everybody, it's me, Rob Biddulph. Here I am on the back of the Christmas Draw with Rob activity book. Now then, I am an author and an illustrator. You might know me from books like this one, Show and Tell. All about a class of school children who bring in crazy things for show and tell, a very competitive class. Maybe you've seen my brand new book, Dog Gone, all about Teddy who loses his human. Fun one if you like dogs. Now then, we are here to do a little drawing. And do you know what? In a week's time, it's going to be Halloween. I love Halloween. It's such fun. I particularly like doing Halloween-y type drawings, so sort of slightly spooky, slightly scary drawings. Now then, at the time of recording, we are in a sort of mini lockdown period because of COVID, the virus. And so, usually at Halloween, I would be going out in my local area with my children, and we would be going out trick-or-treating, knocking on people's doors, dressed in our fabulous Halloween costumes and saying trick-or-treat. And either we would get some treats, some sweets, something like that, or we would play a trick on people who don't give us treats. Except, you know what, I don't think I've ever played a trick on anyone because you only ever go up to houses that have got pumpkins outside, don't you? And if they've got pumpkins outside, you just know they've got a bag of sweets there to give us when we go knocking on the door. So I've never had to actually play a trick on anybody. But this year, I think it might be a little bit different because we're not going to be able to just go and knock on people's doors, are we? Because of the virus, we can't do that. So I thought we might do something a little bit different. Somebody mentioned this idea to me on Facebook. I think somebody mentioned it, and they said, why not show everybody how to draw a picture of a pumpkin that they can then stick in their windows, and then maybe you can all go and have a little walk around the streets just with your parents, so not in big groups, just with your parents, and every time you see a picture of a pumpkin in a window, or maybe a pumpkin on a doorstep, then maybe mum or dad or your grown-up, they could put a little treat into your little Halloween bucket thing. How about that? So you don't actually have to go up and knock on people's doors. You can just walk around, and whenever you see one of these pictures in someone's window, then you get your treat from your parents. I just thought that might be quite a fun way of doing it. Somebody, as I said, somebody mentioned it to me and I thought it sounded like a really good idea. So I thought I'd show you guys how to draw a very simple picture of a pumpkin that you can stick up in your windows. Now this is how it works if you haven't seen these videos before. You need a piece of paper and a pen or a pencil, let's start again, shall we? You need a piece of paper or a pencil or a pen, anything to draw with really, and you are going to follow what I do. So I'm going to draw something very simple on my piece of paper, then you're going to pause the video, you're going to copy exactly what I do, then start the video up, I'll draw a bit more, you draw, then I draw, you draw, I draw, you draw, I draw, you draw, I draw, you draw, you know the drill. And then we're all going to end up with a perfect pumpkin picture to stick up in our windows on Halloween, aren't we, at the end of it? Okay, shall we start? Right. So very easy, this drawing, but there's a few little decisions that you can make yourself, okay, to make your pumpkin unique. But first of all, let's get the basic shape of our pumpkin drawn. We're going to start with a nice, simple, horizontal line at the bottom of our piece of paper. Roughly that sort of length, okay? Then from the right end of our horizontal line, we are going to curve around. We're going to go all the way up our piece of paper, and then we're going to stop about there, okay? This is so simple, this one. We're going to do exactly the same on the other side. Get the other side of our pumpkin drawn. Doesn't matter if it's not exactly symmetrical, no pumpkins are. Let's keep on going, shall we? And we're going to draw it up. Now, we're going to join it up. And when you do join it up, we're not going to go straight across. We're just going to have a little sort of dip in the middle at the top of our pumpkin, like that. Okay? So it's not a perfect sort of lozenge shape. It's like a squash circle and somebody's pushed the top in a bit. So a little tiny dent there in the top of our pumpkin. Now then, and this is so simple, this drawing, it's not going to take me long at all to show you. The next thing we do, we need to draw our little pumpkin stalk. So in the middle, at the top, I want you to draw a sort of curvy, slight S shape, like that, coming from the top of your pumpkin. So like a very sort of shallow S shape. We do a lot of those shallow S shapes in these drawings, don't we? Then at the end of that little S shape, I want you to draw a little diagonal line, like that. And then we're just going to draw another curved shape. It's not going to follow exactly, it's going to come around, go back in that side, so a little sort of flat C shape. And we've got a sort of slightly curved pumpkin stalk. And you know what? That's basically the outline of our pumpkin. It's rather simple, isn't it, this one? But of course, we need to carve our face into our pumpkin. Now then, you can do this lots and lots of different ways. Loads and loads of different pumpkin faces you can do. If you just go online and have a look at pumpkin faces, you can see lots and lots of examples that people have done and carved into real pumpkins. And of course, we don't have to carve them, we're just drawing them, so that's a lot of fun. So do you know what? I'm going to put up a few different examples now, okay? So if you like the look of any of these, just pause and you can copy them quickly. And then after I've shown you these examples, I'm going to draw, and we're going to draw one of them kind of step by step. I'll show you how to draw one, okay? So what about this one? It's pretty cool, isn't it? Do you like that one? This one? This is a very nice one too. What about this one? Woo! Slightly scary, that one, isn't it? Another example here. Do you like that one? If you do, pause it, copy it. And then last but not least, this one. Oh, that's a good one. I really like that one. Okay, off you go, faces. Right, we're back with our blank pumpkin face here. I'm going to show you how to draw one of them, okay? What we are going to do, we're going to start near the top of our pumpkin and we are going to draw a nice, simple triangle. Lots of pumpkin eyes are just simple triangles. They usually have to be very simple shapes, don't they? Because we have to carve them out with one of those special carving knife things that you can get for pumpkins. Okay, let's draw another eye over here. Again, simple triangle that we colour in. There we go. And let's draw a little nose in the middle, so slightly lower down, but we're going to do another triangle. Slightly lower down, much smaller. There we go. There's our pumpkin nose. Oh, can you hear Ringo snuffling around in the background behind me? Okay, our pumpkin mouth. Now we're going to draw our mouth quite close to the eyes at the top. I quite like it when all the features are sort of squished up at the top together. Now this is, I think, what we're going to do with this one. We're going to start over here, right up in the corner, sort of level with the middle of our eyes, and we're just going to start doing a zigzag that comes down. Whew. Like this, goes around past the nose, past the other eye, and we're going to start going back up again because we want it to be a sort of smiley shape, and we're going to end on another up stroke. So you see both ends are going up. This is a nice easy one, this. Then we are going to come down here. How far should we go? About there? About a centimetre? A bit more than a centimetre. And then we're just going to follow that zigzag back. So whatever we did on our first zigzag, let's just follow it back along like this. All the way along. Now, if there's any bits that we want to tweak as we go, oh, come on, Rob, try not to smudge, try not to smudge. There's so much ink on this bit of paper that I'll be doing very well not to get any on my hand and not to smudge it. But there we go, we're following it all the way back along, and we're going to join it up like that. And then the next thing to do is to colour in this mouth. So I'm going to go into super speed mode. Oh, look, smudge. I'm going to go into super speed mode to colour this one in, okay? So I'll see you back here in about 5 seconds. Here we go. And there we go. There is our little coloured in pumpkin mouth, eyes and nose, little stalk. Do you know what? That's pretty much it for the drawing. So I don't know whether you've copied me and done this face or done one of those other ones that I showed you earlier, but the next thing to do, obviously, is to colour in our pumpkin. Now this time, you know, it's up to you, I guess. You can do it whichever colour you like, but I strongly recommend this time maybe sticking to orange, because if we're going to put these up in our windows, we need people to recognise them as pumpkins straight away, and one of the quickest ways to do that is to make a nice orange pumpkin with a nice green stalk, isn't it? Then people will straight away see your lovely Halloween pumpkin. So should we colour it in? Now there's a little trick to the colouring in that I will talk about afterwards, okay, to make it even more pumpkin-y, and the best way to show you how to do that is to actually do it myself and then talk about it afterwards. So I'm going to see you back here in about 30 seconds with a fully coloured in pumpkin. You ready? 3, 2, 1, let's go. So there we go, there is my finished coloured in pumpkin. Do you remember I told you about that technique I was going to show you to make it look very pumpkin-y? Well, what I did, if you saw the video, if you looked very carefully, you see I did all these sort of curved lines going around my pumpkin. And then I've shaded them on one side, sort of dark to light, to make them look like they're little ridges, which is what a pumpkin actually looks like. And I think it's a really effective technique to use to make your drawing extra pumpkin-y. I've also added some dark bits next to the left-hand sides of our black shapes that we drew for our faces, just to make them look a bit three-dimensional and make it look like they've been carved into the pumpkin. And it's quite an easy way of making your drawing look extra Halloween-y. And also, of course, I've signed my drawing there. Don't forget to sign your picture so that everyone knows who did your artwork. And then once you've done that, get your grown-ups to take a picture of your drawing and post it using the Draw with Rob hashtag. That way I will get to see it. If you're drawing them at school, maybe a special Halloween treat at school, you all get to do your own little pumpkins. Post it with the hashtag class of the week, and maybe your class will be the winner of one of these lovely official Draw with Rob class of the week certificates. Who knows? I can't wait to see your drawings. Hopefully some of you have invented your own pumpkin faces as well. I showed you some earlier, didn't I? Maybe you've copied those, maybe you've copied this one, but hopefully some of you have done your own inventions. That would be great. I can't wait to see them. Get them up in the window on Halloween, and then maybe you can have a little, as long as we're allowed to. I'm not sure at the moment whether we will be in proper lockdown again by then, but if you're allowed to go out, maybe just go out with your parents and you can have a look around. If you spot one of these in a window, or you spot a pumpkin on the doorstep, then maybe mum or dad can give you a little treat for your bucket, because we don't really want to be going and knocking on everybody's doors, do we, at the moment, not with this virus around. So this is a good socially distanced, safe way of doing Halloween this year. So see how we go. I'm not going to say happy Halloween yet because I'm going to be back next week for another special Halloween video. And next week, the Saturday that the video goes up is actually Halloween, so that's going to be a really fun, spooky one. What else can I tell you? I think that's about it, really. I'm going to be back very soon, next week, in fact, with another Draw with Rob video, another Halloween video. In the meantime, everybody, take care of yourselves, keep on drawing, keep on practicing, and I'm going to see you soon. Bye, everyone.